Good evening, sports fans! Crobat for the win of the token minorities here today with Around the Rhyhorn, episode 2. Now, I wanted to be here last week, but scheduling just didn't work out, so Greg ended up filling in for me as the host, but normally I'd be hosting. Now, this is something I wanted to say last week. Hey, Crobat for the win! Why'd you steal Around the Rhyhorn from the GBA? Sir, I did not steal Around the Rhyhorn from the GBA because it, in fact, was my show. Go back and look it up. I hosted the first Around the Rhyhorns, and I created the segments and whatnot. It's my program. I decided, along with the approval of Jolt, to bring it over to the NPL. So here we are. We're bringing you an excellent show today, and I have two really great panelists here today, and RizzyPOW. Introduce yourself, guys. I'm just kidding. Riz is great, too. Riz is great.
Well, also, two of us are from the original GBA crew, so that's another big thing about that is we have some original members here, I being one of them, Parker, also known as klover48, and we also have...
Hello, everyone. My name is Dallasboi1992, and I'm an original member of the original Around the Rhyhorn show, and I would like to take a little bit of a moment to wish Jolt a happy birthday.
Everyone take a moment, wish Jolt a happy birthday with me. Happy birthday, Jolt!
Happy birthday, Jolt!
Happy birthday, Joel!
Happy birthday, Joel! Anyways, I'm RizzyPOW. I'm a majors coach, and I'm going to be joining in for this episode, so, it's going to be pretty fun,
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately the person who Riz is filling in for could not make it this evening when we had scheduled for the time, but that's okay. Like I said, Riz is a great person, and he is going to be a welcomed addition to this show. I think we're ready to get jumping right into the first segment, which is going to be the first word. So, to explain to you how this will work, I'm going to put some food for thought out. I want you guys to munch away at it, debate, make some points, agree, disagree, have a steel cage match. I really don't care. Do whatever you want in making and defending your answers. So, the first food for thought. And by the way, I didn't expect RizzyPOW to be filling in, so some of these might be, well... Alright, the first food for thought. After Riz's Phoenix Sunfloras defeated the Phoenix Sunkerns this week, are the Phoenix Sunkern still definitely better, as Riz said in 2016? We have it on video, by the way.
We have it on video.
Steel cage match, go!
So, first of all, Riz, do you know what your record is versus Cheese? This is something I'd like to know.
Well, actually, it is now 2-2 after this, because I've beaten him... Wait, I beaten him... No, actually, no. It's one in... No, it is 2-2, because I beat him in March Madness once, and then I lost twice to an NPL. So it is 2-2, because I beat him in NPL last, so it's 2-2. Yeah. So... You can't say that he has more wins over me now. There's that.
I would like to refute that, Riz. Taking out your win over him in March Madness and making the records just NPL, Cheese is 2-1 against you. Ergo, the Phoenix Sunkerns are definitely better.
But it's overall record. It's not NPL record.
NPL record. Cheese has it on you.
I would actually say that Riz has, even though they're 2-2, I'd say Riz has the slight advantage here, because he's been performing, even though both these leagues just started, he's been performing very well in both the UBC and the NPL, and I feel like he has a lot of momentum in his favor right now. So I think at this particular moment in time, the Phoenix Sunfloras are better.
Yeah, this is true. The Phoenix Sunfloras...
at the moment, sure, but... Looking in the grand scheme of things, I say Cheese has the edge, especially in diss tracks. I mean, did you see Riz's diss track?
My diss track was way better than Cheese's. What do you mean?
Nah, I've got to go with Dallas on this one.
What the heck was better?
My diss track was insanely good. Okay.
All right, I just got some popcorn.
Your diss track was so bad that I had to make one of you.
Oh. Okay, you're actually right. It was pretty bad. But, the Phoenix Sunfloras is still a lot better because, Sunflora evolves from Sunkern. Sunkern is pretty trash. And, yeah.
I will interject one time and say, you openly admitted on a hot mic that the Phoenix Sunkerns were...
No, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I meant the Phoenix Suns...
Not a mistake, but a Freudian slip.
No, it was a mistake. It was...
Freudian slip.
Alright, I'm going to close you off right there so we can jump on to the next food for thought. Now, do you guys prefer Twinkies, Ding Dongs, Devil Dogs? What do you want me to throw at you?
Twinkies.
Alright.
I would like some Ding Dongs.
You got the hardest question then. So, based on this 1 week only, Aki VGC is going to win the NPL this season. Wait a minute, that's not right. I mean, Matty Brolick, he's gonna win.
Oh, Matty. Do I think he's gonna win? With that team and looking at the rest of the field, it's a little uncertain, but I'm not gonna count Matty out just yet. Because Matty can make some really good plays when he needs to. I mean, just look at what he did against Togovar this past week. His crab brawler just completely dismantled his Mawile and could have, with the proper predictions, have taken out the Torn T. And Matty played a very good game overall that game, and just really impressive in week 1, and we'll just see how he plays week 2 with this team. And I guess time will tell.
Alright, and Riz, I just want to hear you argue why Matty will definitely win, because I know you believe that.
Oh, I have to believe that?
Oh, you believe it, I know you do.
Okay.
As a Mages coach, you have to believe that Matty's gonna win.
Okay, so Matty is going to win this season, dude. Matty, he's Matty Omega. He's the greatest Pokemon battler of all time. Have you seen his team? Like, you might say it's a bad team, but he has broken Pokemon like Hoopa and Bound with Scolipede Pass. That's a broken core. Anyone who has that core should definitely be winning, and if you're not winning games with that core, you should you're just bad, dude.
This RizzyPOW.
I am really glad to hear that Riz. I'm really glad to hear that Riz doesn't believe he can win this season now, which definitely confirms my suspicion that the Phoenix Sunkerns are definitely better.
Wait, what? I have to argue for Matty. Wait.
You didn't have to argue for it.
What is
You heard it.
Okay, never mind. Fuck this. Okay, dude, Matty's not winning at all.
I manipulated Riz into saying he would not win this season.
Huh?
I just manipulated you into saying you weren't going to win. And then I proved that the Phoenix Sunkerns are definitely better.
Wait. You're blowing my mind right now,
It's 4D chess. Alright, back to seriousness. Go continue, Riz.
Wait, what am I arguing right now?
What's your real opinion? Do you think Matty has what it takes?
Okay, my real opinion about Matty. So he had a pretty good week 1, but I mean, I think that there's a good chance he'll make playoffs. I don't think he will win because I personally think his team is probably one of the worst, maybe even the worst out of all the teams. I know he's meeting the season and stuff, so I don't know. I guess we'll see. I don't know if he'll make playoffs. I think he will make playoffs, but I don't think he'll win at all.
Okay, for me, I can't really say anything bad against Matty since he did beat me when I took over for a majors coach one season. But he is a really good player. But I think the entirety of the NPL is filled with really good players. So it's really hard to say. I'm going to agree with Riz and say he probably will make playoffs, but I don't see him winning the whole thing this season.
Alrighty, I'm just really sad right now because the steel cage match of fighting and disagreements, and it's over. I still have half a bag of popcorn left. I guess we'll have to save the rest for next week. It'll have to be stale. Anyways, be a coach. Guys, I want you all to be a coach. That includes you, Riz. So, basically, I'm going to give you a team, and you are going to talk about how they're going to either rebound or continue their momentum for next week. As in, just talk about what you think, maybe some potential strategies or potential ideas or things they have to watch out for, stuff like that. Just general stuff. So, Parker, if you were Shoddy and the Bayern Munich, if I think I said that right.
I think it's Bayern.
Bayern, whatever. Shaddy will kill me. How would you rebound for next week?
Okay, well, Shadi is facing Gypsy next week, I believe. And Gypsy is definitely one of the scariest opponents you can face in the NPL. He is the reigning two-time champion. And he has a pretty scary team. For Shadi's in particular, I'd probably watch out for Celesteela. I think it just has a fantastic matchup against Shadi's team. Shadi has very little to hit it with, so I think Shadi really needs to focus on keeping things like Volcarona and Heliolisk alive, things with stab super effective hits for the Celesteela. And I'd also watch out for maybe Decidueye and Coalfish. I think those two can be kind of underrated threats for Shadi.
Alrighty. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Alright, Riz, are you ready?
Alright, who am I?
So, Riz, if you were Riz next week in the Phoenix Sunfloras, oh, fudgicles, you are Riz! Never mind.
Yeah!
Never mind. You know what? I'll ask it a different way. I mean, how will you keep your momentum going next week, Riz?
Okay, so am I going to keep my momentum next week? So, this next week I battle Seb, top tier boy, and I have to prepare for, his many threats. Actually, Rain is insanely scary versus my team because I'm pretty ground weak and he has a Mega Swampert and as well as a Garchomp. So those things are super scary. He has stuff like Keldeo. He doesn't have like a ton of synergy on his team, but like he has a lot of really scary mons. Like he pretty much has majority of his team is pretty much just OU threats. So that's kind of scary, but I think it can do this. So, yeah.
That is good. All right. So, be more specific. What 6 mons are you planning to bring?
Oh, I had to say that? Huh?
No,
I'm kidding. I'm not going to say
All
that.
right, Dallas, my friend. If you were Razor and the Chicago Beware, after such a close game this week, how would you rebound for next week?
Well, I would know that this past week was really close, came down to the wire, and just try to use that momentum to spring myself forward. I mean, Bird is a very tough opponent, so knowing that in the matchup, knowing that the matchup looks a little bit even and how close I came last week, I would just want to just push forward and just try to ride the momentum forward and try to make the playoffs for the first time in my MPL career. I would also look at the matchup and say that Mamoswine is a pretty good matchup. So I would want to keep that thing around and probably just clean shop with it. If I can do that, I like my chances.
Alrighty. Very well. That sounds all well and good. Thank you guys for contributing. And now, in the final segment of Around the Rhyhorn this week, we are going to be doing the lightning round. Cue Zeus in the background. Boom! So, you guys are all going to have 30 seconds to respond to a statement that I make. You may respond however you feel is necessary. I must state that these are not necessarily my thoughts, but they're just talking points that I think could possibly be controversial, or there's really no middle ground. I'll put it that way. So, without any further ado, I'm just going to set my phone up so I can get a stopwatch going. Actually, a timer. Let's set it for 30 seconds for all of you guys. I missed doing this. Oh, this was fun back in the day. Alright, so you guys are going to have 30 seconds. I want you to do... we'll go with Riz first, and then Parker, and then Dallas. So keep it in that order.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, Riz. Without the rock slide flinches, Verd would have easily lost that game against Seb. Guaranteed. Believe me. Go.
Okay, so so if Verd didn't get those rock slide flinches, he probably would have actually lost to Seb, but the thing is that he also did get a freeze earlier. Seb got on the Mega Pinsir, which if he didn't get that freeze on the Mega Pinsir, Verd would have won the game either way. So there's that. So I think that even though the rock slide flinches matter, it only mattered because Seb got hacked earlier in the game. But
right.
yeah.
Time is up, my friend. Next.
Okay, I'm gonna say that the rock slide flinches did not matter because Verd still had Kartana in the back, and when I was watching Verd's video, he said he had a pretty high chance of killing the Articuno, I believe, strike from Kartana, so I think he would have still been able to win with that.
All right, well, you're making good timing because...
There it is.
There it is. Next.
I actually think that those flinches by the Tapu Bulu were guaranteed against that Keldeo because that Tapu Bulu was actually holding the King's Rock. So that guaranteed flinches right there. So that Keldeo, yeah, nothing that Seb could do there. Sorry.
All right, well, you still have 10 seconds, so do you have anything to say?
King's Rock Tapu Bulu, new meta.
Very true, and with that, time's up. All right, our next statement. Kartana got 4 KOs this week, so it's clearly broken in this league and absolutely 100% should be banned right now. Go.
Who goes?
You.
Oh, me. Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm gonna start the clock.
So,
Go ahead.
All right. So, Kartana it's not a broken mon, but I've seen Kartana actually be banned in certain leagues, like the UBC a while ago. My good friend, the Bee's Knees, actually had it banned because it was broken. He thought, but I've seen some leagues ban it. I'm just saying. So it could be broken, but I personally don't think that it is broken enough to be banned.
All right, excellent timing because... Next.
Darn it, Riz, you stole my talking point. I was going to talk about UBC. Yeah, just ask Adam. It's really broken. But no, I actually don't think it's that broken. It's a very fast, very strong, especially with Beast Boost, just continually giving it that boost. But I think there are definitely ways to play around it with its low defenses and just not great bulk in general.
All right, excellent timing because... Next.
I don't necessarily think that Kartana is broken per se. It does have a very, very middling special bulk, but I think Verd has just built around it so well that it pretty much took some lives in week 1. But nah, to make my point, there are plenty of ways to deal with Kartana in draft format, and just got to prep her pretty well.
Excellent timing. Time is up. And our last one for the week. Gypsy always seems to play perfectly. Frankly, his work is immaculate. Go.
Okay, so Gypsy's kind of a god. He's been wrecking people, but he's won the last 2 seasons. He won his first week 4-0. Although this season, he's gonna do well. He's not gonna do as well as the last season, so he's not gonna win. That's what I predict. I hope, because if he wins 3 times, it's gonna be kind of sad, or not sad. It's just gonna be like no, we need something different happen. But he's a pretty good player. That's all I'll say.
All right. So next up.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with your original statement, Danza. Say his play is immaculate, and so far no one's really been able to stop him. As Riz said, and as I said previously, he's the 2-time champion of the NPL, and I could definitely see it happening a 3rd time. We'll see if anyone can actually stop him this season.
Alrighty. So we got 3, 2, 1. And last but absolutely not least,
Gypsy is playing like the Terminator, just going in and breaking everything. And to the championship, Gypsy's gonna be saying, "I'll be back." NPL, your appointment has been terminated.
You
That's
will
all I
not
have to say.
survive. It is your destiny. Alright, very good. That gave me a nice laugh. And with that, time's out. Very well. Alright, so, if this alarm would shut off. There we go. Alright. That's all I prepared for today. But, if you happen to have any final remarks about anything at all, anything in the whole planet, if you want to talk about the weather, if you want to talk about, I don't know, the economic culture in South Sudan, I don't really care. Talk about something, if you want.
Wonderful weather we're having.
What's
Hi,
the weather
how are
like
ya?
where you are, Parker?
It's actually been very stormy recently, so it's not been wonderful weather. I just wanted to make a SpongeBob reference.
It's actually raining outside for me.
Same.
It was raining outside for me.
Yeah, so
It's
that's
raining.
something we all have in common today.
Yeah.
Also, the economic culture of South Sudan is not looking very good right now. But we'll get to
Oh.
that. We'll get to that on in about the next 100 years. We'll have it on an episode of Around the Rhyhorn. That's all I have for today.
I'll hold you to that, Danza.
Yeah, you better. Because if I forget, I am not going to be happy. Anyways, I'm ready to wrap up. Thanks for listening, guys, and I look forward to seeing you next week on Around the Rhyhorn. Peace.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.